Current test came back negative. Perfect. That's exactly what I needed to hear. Thank you. All right, bye-bye.
Yay! Hi guys, I'm Amy. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a radar reads. For those of you who may not know, or for those of you who just need a reminder because it's been a while since I've done one of these, that's an understatement. A radar reads for me replaces a typical TBR. I just don't do TBRs. They don't work for me, not my thing. Unless it's a readathon, I don't do TBRs. But that being said, I usually have some books in the back of my brain that I'm thinking I would like to get to sooner rather than later, and these are those books. Now, I'm gonna give the usual disclaimer. That doesn't mean these are gonna show up in a reading wrap-up anytime soon, because I changed my mind a lot from 1 second to the next. Aaron's phone is ringing, but if you're interested to see the books that I would like to get to sooner rather than later, go ahead and keep on watching. Excuse the interruption. We just got a phone call. My phone's gonna be blowing up. Aaron had been tested for COVID on Monday because we ended up in the emergency room with him with crazy high temps, shortness of breath, coughing, you know, like the symptoms. But we just got the call from the doctor that he tested negative for COVID. And yes, he's feeling like a million times better, totally back to himself. But now back to radar reads. Millie's pawing at the door, so I'm gonna let her in, and then we're gonna talk about the books. And oh my gosh, good news, good news. Okay, I'll be right back. All right, let's talk about the books that I'm hoping to read here sooner rather than later. This is a random bunch of books. Apologies for the fact that you can hear Aaron on the phone. He's calling everyone now to inform them that he doesn't have the virus, which is very good. That being said, of course, we will still be very responsible and staying at home, etc., etc. We're looking to be responsible people that also don't spread anything, and avoid getting sick. But books. The first book that I have on this list is Swamplandia by Karen Russell. This is just one of those books that just seems quirky and totally up my alley. This is about a little girl who, her family situation's a little bit weird. They run a gator farm / amusement park, and when a whole bunch of things happen, she's left to take care of it by herself. I do think that there's a lot of emotion in this, but I feel up for it now, because I will say as of late I've been reading some more fluffy type reads just with our current world situation. But this is a book I've been wanting to read for a very long time, and I've heard really good things about it, and it sounds just like a lot of fun while also being deep, I guess you could say. I'm not sure, but that's definitely on my list. And I mean, this cover is really great as well, so no one's mad about that. The second book on my list is a book that a friend of mine has been trying to get me to read for a long time now. And it's a book that I've definitely wanted to read, but I just haven't prioritized because, well, I guess I should just show it to you and then that would probably make sense. And that is The Pillars of the Earth by Ken Follett. Of course, this is a behemoth of a book. It's huge, but people love it so much, and I know that I'm gonna love it. And my friend absolutely adored it. He just really liked it, and so it's definitely one that I want to get to, and that I am more than convinced that I will love. And with the fact that we are all quarantined and staying close to home, I will have the time to get through a chunker like this. So, Pillars of the Earth, if you don't know, it's about the building of a cathedral. I think that's about all I know about it, other than the fact that people absolutely love it, and I'm ready to see what it's all about. As I mentioned, I have been gravitating towards books that are a little bit lighter, and I don't want to say fluffy, but kind of fluffy for lack of a better term. Books that aren't so like intense and deep. And a book that I just was swept away by the environment and the atmosphere, specifically when I read it, was The Night Circus. And I have a copy of the Starlight C by Erin Morgenstern. This is her newest one. I'm sure everyone's read it by now, and I'm the last one to get to it. I have no idea what people thought about it either, so that's kind of exciting, is that I haven't heard much about it. But I think what I'm really looking for in this book is a book just to like transport me to a whole nother world and time and place, like The Night Circus did. This is about a young man who might have a story written about him from a book that was like way older than he is. That makes no sense. That's a terrible description. I'm sure you guys have all heard a plethora of better descriptions of this book, but I'm really just looking for the atmosphere that Morgenstern provided in the Night Circus, and I'm really gravitating towards that right now. I'm just ready to be swept away. So fingers crossed that this one will do the trick if and when I get to it. And if there is anything at all that I'm ashamed of within the last 6 months having not posted, it's the fact that I haven't read this book. For the first time ever, last fall in like September timeframe, just a few weeks since I posted my previous video, I was asked by Catapult if I wanted to receive a book. And the book sounded very interesting to me, so I said yes. And that book was Humiliation, which is a short story collection by Paulina Flores, and it's translated from the Spanish by Megan McDowell. The first time ever I've been contacted by a publishing company wanting to know if I was interested in them sending me a book. And I said yes, and I was so excited for the opportunity, and then life happened and I didn't get around to booktube, let alone reading. And it is time that I get to this book because I'm very interested in this book. I love short story collections, and I owe it to Catapult to give them my review. Even though this book came out last fall and I'm way behind, I still would like to do that because I told them that I would. And I can't even remember her name. She sent me a note. Laura was so nice and so kind in her emails and the note that she sent with the book. So it's high time I get to this. I guarantee you I will be reading this book soon, unlike the rest of them, just due to the circumstances, but I'm really looking forward to it, and I do think the cover is beautiful. And again, huge shout out to Catapult. Thank you so much for sending this to me. I'm very much looking forward to reading it, and I am so sorry that I have left you hanging. The last book on my list is a fantasy of sorts, and it's the second in the series, the first having been the Mapmaker's War. And this book is The Chronicle of Secret Ribbon, Keeper of the Tales Trilogy, Book 2 by Ronlyn Deming. I read the Mapmaker's War earlier last year, and it totally blindsided me. I was looking for a light, fluffy, just quick fantasy read. Totally not what I got, but loved every second of it. And this is book 2 in the trilogy. It happens years and years and years and years and years later, after the events of the Mapmaker's War, but I would really like to get to it just because I enjoyed the Mapmaker's War so much and thought it was so interesting and different, and I would like to continue the story. And I have picked up this book so many times when I've been picking my next read, and it just has never made the cut. So it's definitely on my mind, and I would really like to get around to it. I'm sure I will be talking about the Mapmaker's War very soon because I told you I would make a recent favorite reads video, and I have a good feeling that one will be on it. So look for that if you'd like to know more about the Mapmaker's War, but definitely The Chronicle of Secret Ribbon. It's been on my mind. Alrighty guys, there you have it. There are some books that I'm hoping to get to sooner rather than later, with the guarantee that I will be getting to Humiliation because I need to do that for a lot of reasons. But let me know what you guys are interested in reading, what you've been thinking about reading. If you've read any of these books, what were your thoughts? Did you like them? Did you love them? Did you hate them? Were they just okay? Please let me know down in the comments. I love chatting with you guys down there. I've missed it so much. But if you guys liked this video, please like it. And if you loved it, please subscribe. And we will see you in my next video. Happy reading. Okay, gang's all here. Come here, Poke. Oh, Millie wanted to say hi. Oh, thank you. Tell everyone hi. Say we miss you. Okay.